Let's try Josiah from North Carolina. Josiah, welcome to the program.
What's going on, Deepak? How are you?
Doing well.
So obviously, big news from Wisconsin. Have you
Yes.
heard that Republicans in Wisconsin are already, at least a few of them, talking about impeaching Justice Protasewicz?
I did not hear that. For what reason?
Well, I mean, right now they're just kind of forecasting it. They would come up with grounds that she's not going to abide by her oath. She's not going to support Wisconsin law,
Right.
and the idea is just throw anything at her that sticks. Would you be surprised if they do that?
If they actually impeach her or if they try to?
Try to.
Oh, no, it would not surprise me. But, oftentimes it's sort of like Marjorie Taylor Greene has tried to impeach Joe Biden, but it doesn't even get started. So, the word try is doing a lot of heavy work there. You know what
Sure.
I mean?
The bulk of my question concerns actually my state, North Carolina. I don't know if you heard this, but one of our state representatives, her name is Trisha Cotham, just this morning, she formally announced that she was switching from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party, even though she ran as a Democrat in November and was just sworn in January. My first question is, do you consider this fraudulent or
Well,
unethical?
so I think the problem with fraudulent or unethical is, can you prove that this was her intent at the time? Obviously, you're allowed to switch party. But if there was I think in order to demonstrate that it's fraudulent, you would have to demonstrate that this was part of a plan all the way from the beginning. I don't know whether you can demonstrate that or not. If you could, I think it would certainly be fraudulent.
That's fair. That's fair, and certainly I agree to like a legal scrutiny. I would not. I would not make the case that there's a compelling case to be made that you could prove it to a legal satisfaction. But
Yeah.
I guess she ran as a progressive Democrat in Mecklenburg County, which is a really blue district of North Carolina. It's just right out, so it's part of Charlotte.
Yeah.
And it seems to me pretty sketch that in 3 months she's switching parties, switching platforms, and there's no runoff or recall like provision there. Would you support in the event that a politician switches parties and switches platforms and things like that, that it triggers some sort of recall or runoff provision, basically
That's
give her
really tough.
constituents?
I'm open to voters deciding whether they want a recall. I don't know about
Mhm.
automatically doing it. And here's the difficulty. People do change positions during the time that they're in office. So then you would have to say, well, if you change positions enough, or if you change party, my view is the voters should be able to gather signatures if they want to recall someone, but it
Fair.
ultimately has to be up to the voters. I'm not going to say anytime you change party, you should be there should be a recall election. That seems like too much, but you should
That's
be
fair.
subject to a recall.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of it's the reason I'm so salty about it is because her doing so has given Republicans in North Carolina a veto-proof majority. We were one seat away from it, and Governor Cooper was kind of, he's a Democrat and he was getting by the skin of his teeth. And
Yeah.
now that she's switched parties, it's a veto-proof majority.
It's ugly. It's
But
ugly, no doubt. I understand that. And I mean, listen, the voters can consider that in determining whether they would want to have a recall election.
no, yeah, I agree. As far as I know, I don't think that it even allows like a recall election. I agree that you're probably right that an auto recall is probably too cumbersome, but there at least should be a provision that if enough of her constituents, like I think in the event of George Santos, right, the guy, the serial liar out of North
Yeah.
Carolina, eighty
Out of
percent
New
of his
York, New
constituents.
York, New York.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm North Carolina brained at the moment, but yeah, New York. 80% of his constituents want him to resign,
Right.
and as far as I know, there's no recall provision there. Like even if enough of his constituents demand his resignation, he's allowed to serve the remainder of his term. It's
Yeah, not every
disgusting.
place has recall provisions, but very, very interesting situation there in North Carolina. I appreciate you telling us about it.
I appreciate that, David. Have a good one.
All right, there goes Josiah. And that'll do it for calls today. We'll take a quick break and then get to your emails and your tweets and your comments and the entire thing.